Good morning. How to file Form 944 for 2021 with zero employee or with $0 paid in wages. Employer annual federal tax return for 2021. If that's your first year filing Form 944, what I will suggest you do is you will go to irs.gov and I will have those forms on the link to those forms on our website as well, ninasop.com, the blog. So you will tap Form 944 for instance, and we will press enter, and it seems like I do not have internet. And we will connect soon. So that's the way you will search for the form, and you will pretty much scroll down and you will find the form and you will find the instructions as well. So you will download the instruction and you will save it for your record. In the instructions, you can read through it when you do not understand a line that you need to put an information on. You'll also find the address you will mail the form to in the instructions, and I believe it's page 9 for 2021 return. So you'll download the Form 944 as well and you will save it. And by filing 944, I will assume that's the form IRS required you file for your business. So we already have the form, so I'm going to minimize this screen and we'll go back to it. So that's the form, and I have the instructions here as well. And I like to read the instruction because I like to refresh my memory each time it is the new year and I will be working on taxes. I like to go through the form if that's just something that I enjoy reading. So it's not, everybody doesn't have to like it, but you just need to know what is important in the instructions for you to find. So if you, how do you know what form you are supposed to file? I have a video on that already, but you will find your EIN letter that you receive in the mail from IRS, and it will state the form you will file. So Form 944 is filed once a year because it's annual tax return form. So if you have a business and you are required to file Form 944, but you do not have employees, or you are the employee, the only one so far, that will mean you are an S corp or you are taxed as an S corp, but you did not collect any wages from your business. So that's zero wages paid. Or you are an L.L.C and you didn't hire anyone to work in your business. You are the only one working, therefore you do not have employees. So you are filing Form 944 with $0 paid in wages or with zero employees. So how do you file the form in that case? First things, on the first page, you will put your employer identification number. Even if you are a sole proprietor and you request a EIN number from IRS and you stated that you will have employees, there is a chance you will be required to file Form 944. So in that case, for sole proprietors with employees, they could be required to file Form 944 or Form 941, depending on how they file that EIN application form. So if you didn't hire anyone, you have 0 employees, and you didn't pay any wages, that's the same way you'll file Form 944 with no employees or with 0 wages paid. So name section, now for your trade, now your trading name. So you'll put the main business owner's name, first name, last name. And for trade name, you will put your business name. And please remember to put your business name exactly the way you file your EIN application form. The way you put the business name there, that's the same way you will put it as well in your federal tax returns. So your address is pretty much the business address. So you put the street, the city, the state, and the zip code. And I'm going to explain this form as your business is based in the US and you are operating from the US. So I'm not going to talk about foreign countries. So, and then when you are done with that section of the form, you will scroll to part 1. So part 1, line 1, wages, tips, and other compensation, you leave it blank. You leave it blank because you did not pay any wages. Line 2, federal income tax withheld from wages, you leave it blank as well because you did not withhold any federal income tax from any wages. So line 3, if no wages, tips, or other compensation are subject to Social Security or Medicaid tax, check that box. So you'll check the box for line 3 and then you go to line 5. That means you leave line 4 alone and blank. So line 5, total tax before adjustment, you leave it blank. That's line 2 and line 4, pretty much all the taxes that you withheld and your portion as well. So since you didn't pay any wages, you don't have any tax liability, so you'll just leave line 5 blank. Line 6, current year adjustment, and we will discuss those lines a little bit more in detail when we are filing for a business with an employee. So but for $0 paid during the year, you don't have to worry about line 6, so you leave it blank. Line 7, total tax after adjustment, you leave it blank. Line 8, you leave it blank. All the line 8, you leave them blank. If you want to find out more about those non-refundable credits, you might read the instructions regarding that. So page 2, you will have on the top part, they are asking for the name, now your trading name. So that will be the same name of the main business owner that you put on the first page. That will be the same name, first name, last name, that you will put on page 2, the top part. And you remember to put your business employer identification number as well, and double check those numbers to make sure you put exactly the right number for your business. So part 1, that continue. Line 8, you leave those lines blank. So line 9, total tax after adjustment and non-refundable credits. So pretty much that's line 7 where the total taxes are, and minus line 8 where the non-refundable credits are. So the difference between the two will give you line 9. And line 9, you will put $0, and you do not add the dollar sign or the decimal. You'll just put 0 on the whole dollar portion, and you'll put 00 on the cents portion. So 0.00. So pretty much, let me see if that will allow me to take it out of there and re-enter. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so you just put 0 there, and you click on the cents area and you put 00. So line 10, you leave line 10 blank. All the line 10s, and I like to, maybe I'll point it out at the bottom. So line 11, so pretty much line 10 is more like the refundable portion of the credit. So if you think there is a credit you might get, you can read the form, the instructions to IRS Form 944 to understand more about those non-refundable credits and refundable credits, to see if you are qualified for any of those. So otherwise line 10, you leave it blank, all the lines there. So line 11, balance due, that's pretty much line 9, the total tax minus, is not minus, but you just, you'll do the subtraction. And if line 9 is more than 110, then you owe tax. And if line 10 is more than line 9, then IRS owe you a refund. So that's the way it works. So if line 10 is more than line 9, you will put that difference on line 12. And you will check if you want to apply to the next return, or if you want them to send you a refund. But since we are working with since we are estimating that you did not pay any wages and you do not have any credits either, so line 10 is left blank, which means 00. Line 9 is 00. So line 11, balance due, you just leave it blank as well. So pretty much you are done so far with your tax. So line 9, if line 9 part 2, so line 13, if line 9 is less than 2,500, you check that box and you go to part 3. So you check that box and you go to part 3. So part 3, you will put your name, the main business owner, the name you have been putting on the form, and you'll put the business EIN number as well on top. And I like to use cap. I will lock the cap on the computer keyboard and just tap the name and the business in capital, so that I have everything in capital. So that's the way I do it, but you can do it whichever works for you. So you'll put your name and your business identification number on page 3 as well. So part 3, tell us about the business. So if your business is not closing, you don't have to worry about line 14. You leave it alone. Line 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, if they are not applied to you, you just leave them blank. So line 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, if you don't have anything to do with those lines, you leave them blank. So part 4, may we speak with your third-party designee? I like to just say no. If you say yes, then you need to complete it. So, but I like to put no. If IRS has an issue with the form, they can just contact you, the business owner itself. Himself. So, part 5, sign here. So you will print your name in the print area. You'll put your business title, like your title in the business, and you'll put your business phone number. And pretty much you are ready to print the form out. So when you print the form out, you will sign the form, you'll date it, and you'll make another copy. And that copy that you made, you'll save it for your business record. And the original one is the one you'll send to IRS. But let's scroll down. Paid preparer use only. That paid preparer use only, you leave it blank. Because you are the business owner and you are filing for your business, so you leave it alone. So if you have an S corp or an L.L.C tax as an S corp, you are an employee of your business and you are filing for your business, you leave it blank as well. Because you are not paid for this form, you are paid for the work you are doing in the business, so you leave this portion blank. If you are a paid preparer and you are filing for a client, is in that case that you will complete this section. You'll put your P10, your business EIN, the phone number, your business phone number, the preparer's name, your signature. After you print it out, you'll sign it, you'll date it. That's why those lines are white. And pretty much you'll complete it. And if you are self-employed, you'll check that box. But if your tax preparation business is an entity, you leave the self-employed portion alone and you will put your firm's name. But other than that, we are going to assume you are the owner of your own business and you are filing for your business, so you leave this section alone. So let's continue to page 4. Page 4 is left blank intentionally by IRS. So when you are putting the form together to send to IRS, you could add this form to it, this page to it. So now page 5 has form 944V, payment voucher. Because you do not owe any tax to IRS, you do not add this page to the form you'll send to IRS. You leave it out. So when you print the form, the whole form out, don't print front and back. You can just print them on single, like on one sheet, one page on one sheet. And you take this page out. You do not add it to the form that you'll send to IRS. You can keep this form out as well. It's not necessary. So let's go back to the voucher. Because you do not owe any tax to IRS, you do not need to complete this portion. So when you print the form out, the only things you will send to IRS is from the beginning to this page, before the voucher page. You can include this page left blank intentionally. You can include it to that. So when you print it out, you sign it, you date it, you reprint it to have a copy for your business, which is very important. You staple your form together. Remember, don't add the voucher portion to it. So you'll have probably 4 pages. Let's see. Yeah, page 3, and this page is page 4. So you staple them together and you put them in an envelope, like 9 by 12 envelope. But now, where do you mail your form 944 for 2021? So in the instructions, page 9, you can read through it, but you will need to locate your state in the first column. And once you find your state, you are now going to add payment to Form 944. So that's this column without a payment. For instance, if you live in Illinois and you have 0 employee or 0 wages paid, and you file that form, you live in Illinois, first you locate Illinois in the state portion, and without a payment, this is the address you'll put on the envelope. That's where you'll mail the form. If you live in Iowa and you do not have employees, or you have 0 wages paid, $0 wages paid, then you will use without a payment. You will use the address with Utah in it. That's where you will send the form. I highlight this one because it is for another form that we are going to explain in another video, where you will send the Form 944 with a payment. But with $0 paid in wages, you do not owe any tax to IRS. Therefore, you are now going to enclose payment or voucher to your Form 944. So you are just going to mail the Form 944 alone. You use the address under without a payment that is related to the state you live in. Thank you so much for watching. And once you put that address on the envelope, you mail it using USPS, and you mail it with a tracking number. So it will be first class with a tracking number, so that you have a proof that you mail it. You don't need, it's like with confirmation, but you can just track it online. You don't need a confirmation in the mail. It's more pricier. So but then you keep the receipt with the form, the receipt that you mailed with the form in your business files. So that's pretty much how you'll file your Form 944 for 2021 with 0 employees or $0 pay in wages. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Afiavi-Odjounin Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, ninasoup.com, our blog, where you can find the link to IRS tax forms and instructions as well. You'll find those under free downloads. And we have our online stores as well, including liberdownload.com for our digital products, liberlabel.com for our custom apparels and stationery, liberoutlets.com for resale products, and ninasoup.com for natural products. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Thank you very much for all your comments, and we thank you so much, you all that subscribe to our channel. Thank you. And in case I have not mentioned it, Form 944 is due by January 31st. So please, if you are required to file Form 944 for your business, whether you owe tax or not, you need to file it, and you need to file it on time. So please file it, complete the form, mail it to IRS before January 31st of 2022. Thank you.